Good morning, everybody. I hope that you're doing well. I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you for all the work that you've done this week and for accepting these great challenges that we all face together as a church, as an educational system, and as a people. Today, I was thinking of the difficulties that we all had to face in accepting the new environment in which we work remotely. And my thoughts turned to a very ancient tradition, an ancient legend that the church holds very dearly to its heart, simply known as the legend of Quo Vadis. The legend tells the story of St. Peter, many years after the resurrection, many years after the ascension, during a time in which Christians were being persecuted and, in fact, hunted. The story tells of St. Peter fleeing Rome with the knowledge that he too would be crucified and executed. As he fled Rome along the road, he encountered a man. He didn't recognize the man until he put his hand on his shoulder, at which time Peter saw him to be the Lord. He said, perplexed, "Lord, quo vadis? Where are you going?" And the Lord replied to him and looked him in the eyes and said, "Peter, I am going to Rome to be crucified again." Peter then realized what the Lord meant, that the Lord was undertaking that difficult sacrifice that Peter himself failed to realize he needed to take, or that he was afraid to take, to go into the difficult situation that Rome had presented, and to do what he needed to do despite the cost. It's not too different from what we've done this week and what we continue to do. We face the challenges of remote learning, the challenges of not knowing whether or not students or parents have internet access or devices. We face the challenges of ourselves not understanding the particulars of how to teach this way. We face the difficulties of having to share an apartment or a home with loved ones who may also need to work remotely, and we may distract one another. It becomes very easy to be impatient. It becomes very easy to try to make the easier decision to recede into ourselves and say, I'm going to run away from Rome. I'm going to run away from this situation, do the easy thing. But you haven't done that. You've embraced it. You have really impressed me and all those with whom I speak in terms of the hard work that you've put into preparing yourselves and our children to undertake this brand new task in such a short time. You've decided that rather than running from Rome, to encounter Jesus along the road in the faces of the children to whom you minister. You've decided to do the right thing and to have faith that God, as reflected in those kids, counts on you to answer the question, Quo vadis, with a resounding yes. I'm going into the difficult situation, and we're going to make it work together. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend.